Hi you guys, this is Miss Helvey. I'm making this video so you guys know how to answer short answer questions. We're going to be going over this a lot this unit, and this is something you're going to have to know for your STAR exam in the spring. This is really, really important that you guys understand how to do this and do it effectively. There is a strategy to this. It's called AQE or CER. Whatever you'd like to call it, really. CER is the term that you guys have been using, or the acronym you guys have been using for biology when you have to state your conclusions. So we took the same thing. It's AQE and CER pretty much go hand in hand, so it should be pretty easy to follow. The first thing that you want to do when you are answering your short answer question is you want to answer the question. Or stating your claim. What do you believe? If it's some sort of question of explain whether or not, you want to state what you believe. State what happened. That's the first thing that you want to do in a sentence form. The next thing that you want to do is give your quotation, your evidence, which is showing the evidence that supports your answer. This should directly support your answer. However, with this, that doesn't mean that you should echo. If it says, if you find a quote that says she is sad, your answer should not say she is sad. You need to make sure that both of those things are able to flow and to give us more information throughout. If you do that, that could make you fail on the STAR exam because echoing is not okay anymore. You cannot echo. And the last thing that you want to do is your explanation or your reasoning. Explain how your evidence or quotation solidifies your answer or your claim. This should be your last sentence. So the sentence that basically ties everything together, that ties your answer and your quotation and how those relate together. This is a short story that I adapted. I wrote this, but it's adapted from How Not to Be Popular by Jennifer Ziegler. I have a short answer question after I read this aloud to you guys, and I'm going to show you step by step on how to answer that question. So, okay, 119 days. That's all I have left. I have to make it through this godforsaken place without being noticed. My mother, Willow, and my father, Louis, have moved me around the country since I was 2. Away we go, Willow says as we drive away from the home we barely nested in. Oh, Stormy, Texas is going to be so exciting. My indoor solar organic mini farm is finally going to take off. Texas is full of farmers, she exclaims. We moved every 6 months to a new place. How can they move me again? I was popular with a boyfriend. I don't know if I could ever forgive them for this mission to make myself as unlikable and unpopular than any other 16-year-old could ever make themselves. Just imagine, no falling in love, no heartbreak. It's blissful sanity. 119 days. That's all I have left to make it through high school. Okay, you guys. A lot of times you're going to be asked questions that are pretty broad when it comes to your short stories. So the question that I have for this is, what challenges do you think Stormy has had or will have in the excerpt from 119 days? Support your answer with evidence from the text. That will always be a requirement with the STAR, that you support your answer with evidence, so meaning a quotation. So the first thing that you want to do, of course, is answering the question, making a claim. So the first thing I did was I wrote my answer down, which is, in 119 days, Stormy has never been able to settle somewhere and make deep, meaningful relationships. That is my first state. I decided to use her past instead of what she was going to face for her challenges. The next thing that you want to do is give me the evidence, the quotation. Find a quote that directly relates to your answer. And the one that I found that works for me is, We moved every 6 months to a new place. How can they move me again? I was popular with a boyfriend. And this basically is just showing how it goes with my answer here. Because it says here, has never been able to settle somewhere and make deep, meaningful relationships. And it says in the quotation, we moved every 6 months to a new place. That's giving more information, and it's showing exactly how she's never been able to settle somewhere because she moves every 6 months. The next thing that you want to do is give your explanation or your reasoning. So this should tie everything together once again. So the sentence I came up with was, Stormy feels challenged to make no new relationships and is discouraged from moving away from the people she was becoming fond of. And that is the end. That's all you should have for an entire short answer blank there. After this, you should go on to Edmodo and take your quiz, your AQE quiz. It's really important that you do that, and that should only take you about 3 or 4 minutes.